After 232 years, the penny is no longer in production. The U.S. Mint struck its final penny on Wednesday at the request of President Trump, who cited the coin's increasing production cost. U.S. Treasurer Brandon Beach says discontinuing the penny will save the government roughly $56 million. WGEM's Robbie Tucker is live tonight in Quincy. And Robbie, you looked into the local impact of the decision. Robbie?
Daniel, one U.S. penny costs 4 cents to produce, and while many have reacted positively to the change, others are concerned about a potential shortfall in the amount of pennies that are in circulation on the horizon. That could lead to additional costs for retailers who have to round up when they give change back to their customers. But here in the Tri-States, opinions on the copper coin's future are a toss-up.
I'm not saying that's, 6 months from now or a year from now, but it will happen. It is, they've stopped making the penny, and so it's bound to happen.
I think as long as people don't panic and hoard pennies, I anticipate the penny supply will take years before we ever start to see an impact. They say that pennies are in circulation for an average of 25 to 30 years each, and that there's already billions in circulation, so I think it would take a very long time before it would start to impact.
Katie Welch owns 2 local businesses in Hannibal. She says pennies don't play a huge role in day-to-day operations, but she hopes conversations sparked by the change will lead customers to use cash, including pennies, when shopping local. Fears of a change shortage could push businesses and consumers to increase the rate of debit and credit card transactions. Roughly 3% of those card purchases go to the card processing company's pocket, and not the business.
In small business, every penny counts. So with that, losing 3% of your sales to credit card transactions, 3% can mean a lot. And, sometimes that 3% is the difference on what you're making in local donations.
For Home Bank Vice President Sarah Lung, Wednesday's announcement is forcing her and her team to plan for scarcity.
Once we're out too, and we will have to adjust for that. We're still working on a plan, what that looks like for us, but it's, we're not immune to it just because we're a bank.
One thing that everyone can agree on is that pennies in circulation should stay there as long as possible, and not in the penny jar.
This is just an opportunity to remind people to shop local, not to buy into the national panic, and to continue to support your businesses with cash when you can.
Find those old penny jars or those old change jars and put them back in circulation. The more that we have in circulation, maybe the longer, we'll have to not have to feel the pain of it, of the transitional part of it.
Lung encourages consumers and businesses alike to contact their bank with any questions and to establish a plan for the future. Reporting live here in Quincy, Robbie Tucker, WGEM News.
All right, thanks, Robbie. And while pennies will no longer be minted, they are still considered legal tender and they can be used in purchases. Well,